The proletariat is right. The proletariat must always be right. And the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on forever.
Leon?
And forever, and forever.
Leon, I was just reading the encyclopedia.
The heading?
Trotsky, Leon.
Good. It's about me.
Listen to this. On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
What is the year of that encyclopedia?
2014.
Strange,
Yes.
but interesting. I am Trotsky,
Yes, dear.
and this is our house in Coyoacán.
Yes.
And we have a Spanish gardener named Ramon.
Mercader, yes.
There aren't any other Trotskys living in Coyoacán, are there?
I don't think so, not under that name.
What is the date today?
August 21st, 1940.
Aha! Then I'm safe! The article says that it happened on the 20th, which means it would have happened yesterday.
But Leon.
And I'd be dead today with a mountain climber's axe in my skull.
Oh, Leon.
Oh, will the capitalist press never get things right?
But Leon, isn't that the handle of a mountain climber's axe sticking out of your skull?
It certainly does look like one. And you know, Ramon was in here yesterday telling me about his mountain climbing trip. Now I think of it, he was carrying a mountain climber's axe. I can't remember if he had it with him when he left the room. Did Ramon report to work today? No one is safe. Force must be used. And the revolution of the proletariat against oppression must go on forever.
Leon?
And forever.
Leon, I was just reading the encyclopedia.
Is it the Britannica?
Listen to this.
The universe as viewed by its victors.
On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
Yes, and?
I think there's a mountain climber's axe sticking out of your own skull right now.
Well, I knew that. When I was shaving this morning, I noticed a handle sticking out of my skull. For a moment, I thought it was an ice pick. So at first I was worried.
No, it's not an ice pick.
Don't even say the word! You know my recurring nightmare.
Yes?
About the ice pick that buries itself in my skull.
Yes?
Oh, that is why I have forbidden any of the servants to allow ice picks into the house.
But Leon.
No one may be seen with an ice pick in this house. Especially not Spanish communists.
But Leon.
We'll do without ice. We'll drink our liquor neat and our Coca-Cola warm. Who cares if this is Coyoacán in August? What a bad song title that. Coyoacán in August. Coyoacán in August. Or, we'll get ice, but we just won't pick at it. Ice will be allowed into the house in blocks, but may not be picked or chipped under any circumstances. At least not with an ice pick. Ice cube trays will also be allowed if they've been invented yet. Oh, but that article doesn't say anything about an ice cube tray in my skull, does it?
No.
Does it?
No.
Ha! I've outsmarted my destiny! Which is only a capitalist explanation for the status quo.
Leon.
Also, look at this. Do you know what this is?
No.
It's a skull.
Well, I knew that, but...
I bought the skull. I own the skull. So what does that make this? Trotsky's skull. If some Spanish communist posing as a gardener wants to bury anything in my skull, be it a... you know what? Or anything else, this will be here as a decoy. He will see the skull, recognize it as my skull, bury something in it, and he'll go his way, and I'll go mine. Ingenious, isn't it?
Up to a point.
50 more years of Trotsky.
I have some bad news for you, Leon.
A mountain climber's axe. Ingenious. Funny. I always thought it was an ice pick.
A mountain climber's axe. A mountain climber's axe. you get that through your skull?
This is bad news. This is serious.
What's serious, Leon?
I have a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull.
Smashed? Actually, it says Mercader smashed the axe into your skull, not buried.
All right, all right. What am I going to do?
Maybe a hat will cover the handle. You know, one of those cute little alpine hats with a point and a feather.
The article says that I died today.
The 21st, that's today.
Does it say what time?
No.
So much for the usefulness of that encyclopedia. All right then. I have until midnight at the latest.
What should I tell the cook about supper?
Well, she can forget about the soup course.
Mia!
But this man is a gardener.
Yes.
At least he's been posing as a gardener.
Yes.
Doesn't that make him a member of the proletariat?
I'd say so.
Then what is he doing smashing a mountain climber's axe into my skull?
I don't know. Have you been oppressing him?
Why would Ramon have done this to me?
Maybe he's a literalist.
A what?
A literalist. Maybe Ramon ran into Manuel yesterday. Do you know Manuel, the head gardener?
I know who Manuel is.
I know you know who Manuel is.
One of these days, Mrs. Trotsky!
Maybe Ramon asked him, Mr. Trotsky, have time to look at the nasturtiums today? And maybe Manuel said, I don't know, axe, Mr. Trotsky.
Very funny.
Or maybe he was just too hot to Trotsky.
Oh, very, very funny.
Or maybe he just wanted to pick your brain.
Stop it! Stop it! Call Ramon in here.
Ramon?
You'd better get him quickly. I have a mountain climber's axe buried in my skull.
Ramon, come quickly.
Good morning, Ramon.
Good morning, senor.
Have a seat, please. You see, we have a very good employer-employee relations here. Ramon, did you bury this mountain climber's axe in my skull?
I did not bury it, sir. I smashed it into your skull.
Excuse me?
You see? You can still see the handle.
It's true, Leon. It's not entirely out of sight.
So we cannot say bury. We can say smash or perhaps jam.
All right, all right. But why did you do this?
I think I read it in the encyclopedia.
The power of the printed word.
I wanted to use an ice pick, but to any around the house.
But why? Do you realize who I am? Do you realize that you smashed this axe into the skull of a major historical figure? I helped run the Russian Revolution. I fought Stalin. I was a major political theorist. Why did you do this? Was it political disaffection? Anti-counter-revolutionary backbiting?
It was love, senor.
It's true, Leon. I'm only sorry you had to find out about it this way.
No.
Yes.
No.
See.
Oh, God. What a fool I've been. But why did you really do this, Ramon?
You will never know, Senor Trotsky.
Oh, God, this is a nightmare.
But luckily for you, your night will soon be over.
Thank you, Ramon. You may go.
Senor Trotsky,
Yes?
Do you think you'll have time to look at the nasturtiums today? They're really very beautiful.
I don't think so, Ramon. But I'll try.
Thank you, senor. Hasta la vista. Or should I say, buenos noches.
Well, all right then. The 21st of August, 1940. The day I'm going to die. Interesting. And to think that I've gone over so many 21sts of August in my life. Like a man walking over his own grave.
It's been wonderful being married to you, Leon.
Thank you, Mrs. Trotsky.
Though it was a burden at times, being married to a major historical figure.
I'm sorry I was away from home so often, pending the revolution.
I understand.
And that I couldn't have been more in touch with my feelings.
No, please.
And that I often had such trouble expressing my emotions.
Oh, I haven't been everything I should have been.
Well, it's a little late for regrets. With a mountain climber's axe buried in one's skull.
Smashed, actually.
So it wasn't old age, or cancer, or even the ice pick that I feared for years. It was an axe wielded by a Spanish communist posing as a gardener.
You really couldn't have guessed that, Leon.
So even an assassin can make flowers grow. The gardener was false, and yet the garden that he tended was real. How was I to know that he was my killer when I passed him every day? How was I to know that the man tending the nasturtiums would keep me from seeing what the weather will be like tomorrow? How was I to know I'd never get to see Casablanca, which wouldn't be made until 1942, and which I would have despised anyway? How was I to know I'd never get to know about the bomb, or the 80,000 dead at Hiroshima, or rock and roll, or Gorbachev, or the state of Israel? How was I to know I'd be erased from the history books of my own land?
But reinstated. At least partially someday.
Sometime for everyone. There's a room that you go into, and it's the room you never leave. Or else you go out of a room, and it's the last room you'll ever leave. This is my last room.
But you aren't even here, Leon.
This desk, these books, that calendar,
You weren't even here, my love.
the sunshine coming through the blinds,
That was yesterday. You're in a hospital, unconscious.
the flowers in the garden, you standing there.
This is yesterday, you're seeing.
What does the entry say? Read it again.
On August 20th, 1940, a Spanish communist named Ramon Mercader smashed a mountain climber's axe into Trotsky's skull in Coyoacán, a suburb of Mexico City. Trotsky died the next day.
It gives you a little hope about the world, doesn't it? That a man could have a mountain climber's axe smashed into his skull and yet live on for one whole day. Maybe I'll go look at the nasturtiums.